About The Last of Us Part 2 Review Scores. 2 Warnings. Very ominous, that sounds, but help us avoid impending doom these warnings might. Learn from this information, we must. Nabbing a 96 out of 100, according to Metacritic, Naughty Dog's latest is a critical darling, earning numerous gushing accolades from viewers, the best of the generation they are calling it, but perhaps even the best game ever made. Right, the best game ever made. Believe I have, reviewers, that spelled third strike you have wrong. Quite strict. First off, the review embargo is contain some kind of restrictions, while most video game embargoes do, on what to use in video game footage, or talk about you can. The discussion for this one forbids the second half of the game. Gee, wonder why they did that. A very big, roughly 12-hour question mark, so we're left with what happens during the section. Some reviewers are saying that, like the game you may or may not, comes down to what happens during this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Needlessly bleak, some critics are calling the story completely changed from the first game its characters are, and riddled its story is with plot holes. Say I have to that quite giddy I am. Discuss spoilers I am not allowed to on this channel, or Neil Druckmann strike this video, he will. So content half of you watching must be with understanding the memes I present you, or failing to. Still, curious I am as to what these reviews of the game are actually saying. 10 out of 10s it is getting, but the content of the reviews much more important it is. To the cesspit of Twitter we must go. Cautious we must be, children. Everything is John Wick in a medium where Schindler's List, The Last of Us Part 2 is. Really? Really went there you did? Schindler's List, you actually compared this game to. Believe a conversation we need to have. Yes, a personal one. In my face, you must get that goddamn camera. Yes, there you go. A zombie video game! This is! No comparison there is to Schindler's List! Even across your mind, this comparison shows immense brain damage on a galactic level! Delete your goddamn tweet, you Asking for years, critics have been when video games would grow up. The real question is this. Catch up. When will films with video games, like The Last of Us Part 2? Upon normal viewing, at first glance, assume I would that a troll post this is, but noticed the check mark by his name, and the sinking realization that followed that in actual opinion this was, and believed this he did when typed it out. Yo Joey, what's up? Watching Godfather and Shawshank Redemption you are? Perhaps grow up you should and play this zombie game instead. To differentiate itself from its predecessor, tries too hard, The Last of Us Part 2 does 70 out of 100. Holy guacamole! Based as hell, IGN Japan is. Flush that turd they did, and its proper score they have handed to it like a real journalist integrity would. Lastly, wish to present to you, I do, that the best reviewed game ever, The Last of Us Part 2, is still not. Belongs that honor does to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Remember you must, Naughty Dog, perfection you cannot beat. Even 20 years later. Deal with it.